Hello, hello. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Yippee. Hopefully the audio levels are good for those of you sitting here. It just is at the starting soon. I don't have the slides. Well, technically the slides are pulled up and I'll just be able to... Wait, I should... Because we're starting soon. That's why. Also, so that I can check stuff like this, because it's actually at the wrong display capture. Oops! Hello, hello. No! No! Is there, like, kick or something now? Or, like, what's the deal with that? No, kick is still around. I hate it. We can switch over. Okay, transition. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Well, it is also like 1 minute early right now. Yeah.
Did you check the audio levels? Are the audio levels good? Nice. We wanted to do both monitors, but both monitors is a little bit annoying.
Well, like, I don't think it's
We'll
necessary,
wait
honestly.
in case we get a lot of people. Yeah. So we don't have too many people. We have a ton of people for fall, but yeah, it's fall. That's what I'm saying.
But this one is like the weather's kind of really.
Oh yeah.
And like it's the spring semester. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Actually, guys, it's a little busy in here. Like, whoa.
Well, you should come. Teleport
Yo,
your butt here to, yeah.
one of the top clubs in the COC.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
Boo. Boo. I forget, did we do an announcement once the meeting starts or no?
I think they'll notice by the event.
Okay, cool.
I guess we could do a little stream chat of like, restart now.
Why can't I? Oh, it's real tiny down there.
Okay, yo. Maybe like right click on it. Open like in a new tab. Ayo.
There we go.
I mean, call me PR. I mean, like I'm crazy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Congrats.
I don't even play the game. I thought I recognized it. This soundtrack does kind of bang though. Like,
It do. That was a good snipe. I was like, I'm actually like so worried that like someone joins actually different performer.
Yo, that's kind of awkward if you're like council.
It's like, oh, you. Who are you and why are you here? Oh, my bad. That was me. Sorry, we're just waiting for more people to show up because
People come late. So
you know gamers in time.
I mean, yeah, they paused their game to be here. Sorry.
That literally killed you. That was
Sorry.
That was sick.
Sorry. Like the quote, like it makes me weak every time, cause like I really did pause my game to be here. Wow.
Actually, I paused working on my game to be here.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow. Game dev over here.
Develop video games? Silence video.
Unfortunately.
Why are you on the floor? But like the chairs are.
Oh, I just thought he'd left.
I was like, why is that? Why is this still shit up here?
It's 5:03. If we start in maybe 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
The only reason I'm here on time is I have to. I'm the classic 5 to 10 minutes late, but
So you guys are so much earlier.
yeah, but that's
You're
because
early,
Yeah,
bro.
y'all were here.
that's because my work gets off at 4, so then I just showed up here and started setting up.
That's the perfect amount of time where it's like too early to do anything else.
Yeah.
But like, or too late to do anything else, but like too early to like not.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
I don't know. You're good.
Hello, little goose 3.
Lil Goose?
Little goose.
Lil Goosey?
Oh, it's
Your
little
name is
goose.
so
I'm an
awesome.
idiot.
It's okay. You're close.
Sorry, you're speaking in leet speak. I don't understand.
No, I get it. I get the gamers. Like.
Little Goose 3. You guys
Wow.
are basically live on Twitch.
Yeah, you are live on Twitch.
You can call me Little Goose 3 if you want.
Little goose 3.
That's so sweet.
If you want. I mean, you don't
It's like, come on. That's what my friends call me.
My friends call me Lil Goose 3.
I fumble dump.
Fumble dump. You hit me with a lol. Goddamn. You didn't even, it's not even a lamau.
LOL. Hello.
The worst is the raffle though. No one uses raffle, so if you get hit with raffle, it's over.
Oh, that's actually so bad.
Hello.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's called encouraging engagement.
Oh, okay, that's smart.
As a
actually.
former Twitch streamer,
Whoa.
that's how you get it.
And
It's called farming.
At least it's not lowercase.
Oh yeah, the capital L. But that also means that it possibly autocorrected the capital, which means
What is that?
you didn't put enough effort into trying to make it lowercase, which means that the joke is that low effort.
But look at the emoji right now.
There, yeah, there we go.
That's like a lot of work, actually.
Yeah.
Letters. Like, what are they
You
making
even
that
hit the
for?
square bracket
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying.
High effort posting going
I
on.
know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I can put this over here so you guys can look at chat. I just realized maybe what? Oh yeah, chat would be seeing itself. Yo, chatception.
Hey,
Chat can see just how late they are.
Yeah, the delay. Hello screen.
so true, bestie.
Okay, it is. It is 5:00. Oh yeah.
We just had too much fun.
Let's get this ball rolling.
Oh, it is 5:06. You're going.
Don't call us the fun friendship minister for nothing.
Should we move the chat?
We should probably. Jake, can you move chat? Sorry, chat. We love you.
Oh my god, hi Dr. Cosmos.
You're going back to the shadow realm.
Oh,
Alright. Hello, everybody, both in the room and on Twitch. Welcome to the VGDev info session. I am Chase O'Brien. I am your president. I'm joined by all of our other officer team, who we get to meet in just a second. But yeah, this is going to be a quick, or maybe not so quick, I hope it's quick, session going over kind of the basics of the club. And this is also a very open forum, so if you have like any questions or comments or concerns or considerations or like 3 out of 10 jokes that you wish to share, please feel free to do so. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so as I said, first we're going to go ahead and all introduce ourselves, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the club. Anyways, as I mentioned earlier, I'm your president. My name is Chase O'Brien. I am a third-year computer science major with threads in media and theory. I've worked on a lot of VGDev games, but the most notable ones are the ones I'm wearing merchandise for. A little game called Arcane, and another little game you might not have heard of called Slider. I do programming and design, especially puzzle design.
Hey y'all, my name is Nick. I'm the vice president for this year. I am, it's a little more complicated than this, but I'm a third year CS major with threads in intelligence and media. This is my 4th semester in VGDev. Really, I've only ever worked on Chase's game Arcane. But before that, I was the fun and friendship minister, so I planned socials for the last year and a half for the club, which we'll talk about what those are later. VGDev is one of my favorite places on campus. I think it's a really wonderful community. There's so much going on here, so many amazing people you meet, every Friday. It's a really wonderful club, and I'm really excited that y'all are interested in joining us.
Oh, I forgot me next. Okay. What's up? It's your boy. Esther Moo over here. Yeah, I'm the PR. I'm a third year CS major. And sorry, it's gonna be a little fruity. Sorry. And there's a people media. I don't know what year VGDev this is for me. I forgot.
This is your fourth semester.
Oh, awesome. This is my fourth semester in VGDev. I worked on Barcane, and then I also did like another game. It's like irrelevant though, from Nava. Anyways, play it on itch.io.
Damn, you're self-plugging.
Yeah,
Hello, I'm Jade Spooner. I'm your fun and friendship minister, which means I'm going to be helping run the socials, making sure that all the fun and the friendship is happening, try to get people hanging out together, get to know each other in the club, because as this is kind of a more online separated club where you're off in your own different groups, sometimes it can be hard to get people together, but that's my job. Yeah. I'm just gonna hit.
Why'd you pick that picture? Hi, I'm Jung. I'm your treasurer. I just do spreadsheets and stuff. You guys probably won't deal with me that much, but I made this cool game called From Nava. It's an award-winning game.
oh my god.
Yeah, and I also might do something special this semester as well, so stay tuned.
All right. Before we get started, our friend Alex used to have like a bit he did here at the last intro meeting that I can't recreate. God rest his soul. He's not dead yet, just out of office.
You made it sound
But what I will say is to echo his sentiment, don't be scared. And I know that's like kind of intimidating. Like, oh my God, it's the president of VGDev who I love and adore so much, telling me not to be scared. But like, I get it. It can be overwhelming. We all started there. You know, sometimes clubs can just feel like clicks with extra steps. You can come to VGDev and be like, oh my gosh, this person is talking about insert heavily optimized program term here, and I don't even know what a Boolean is. It's okay. We all started there. But please don't be afraid to get up there, ask questions, talk to your team leads, talk to executive members. Ask questions here. Last info session, we had like 2 people ask questions, and I'm like, that was weird because there's no way we answered every single one of your questions in these slides. So please, ask us about VGDev, ask us about Georgia Tech, ask us about totally irrelevant personal circumstances, like why Jung showed up to this meeting even though we didn't ask him to, why Jade was late to her own interview meeting, what Esther orders as a drink at Cookout,
Bro,
Nick's backstory and why he said it's kind of complicated about him being a third-year CS student, or how many hours of unpaid labor I've done on Slider. Seriously, like, we want to be as open and accommodating as possible for y'all. That's, like, literally our job. So, yeah. Please talk to us. All right. So now we're going to go through and tell you what the club is with something that we used to call the 5 W's of VGDev, and then we realized there's actually 6 of them, so we now call it the 6 W's of VGDev. We have no planned order of this, so just, like, bear with us.
oh, okay. Yo, what's up? What is VGDev? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so like, it's student-made games. Like, we make games. We're students. It's kind of straightforward. There's a community because we make things together. What do you want me to say? An experience. Like, what does that mean? Oh, you get experience within the community with students-made games. Yo, these bullet points all kind of go together. These are all student-made games right here on the left-hand side. Yo, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, trailer.
Yeah. This is last semester. No,
No,
te-
this is
not.
2 semesters
This is
ago.
2 semesters ago.
That big trailer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is that award-winning game from Nava?
Oh my gosh, shout out.
Yeah. There was a cat and there was a mouse, in fact. Shadow? Oh, sorry. That got changed, but you know.
Why would you have displayed it full
Because I was the one who put that in.
Oh, you were.
You did the Among Us.
I did the Among Us.
Oh my god.
Because I was
So
trying to.
excited to be.
Also, that's not actually this April 26th. You're a year late. But if you're a time traveler, you can go back.
Should I? Okay.
Cool. So who is VGDev? VGDev is a lot of different things. It's undergrads and grad students, so as long as you are a Georgia Tech student, I mean, even if you're not a Georgia Tech student, we have some people from RIT hopefully on the stream. Undergrads and grad students, no experience is required. So if you have never programmed before, if you have never done art for games before, it might help if you programmed a little bit. But, you know, no experience is required in game development, right? If you want to get into game development and this is like your first time really approaching it seriously, this is the place for you. What areas of game development? Everyone. Programmers, artists, musicians, designers, producers, tech artists, etc. Other branches of game development that haven't even been discovered yet. So, you know, if you want to really be a game programmer, or if it's been your dream to make art for games, or if you really like particle effects, there's something for you here. One specific definition for membership that we like to talk about is preliminary membership versus full membership. So if you have accredited contribution on a game, you can vote and hold office. Because I am credited on Barcane, I am able to be the vice president. But for all of y'all, because y'all haven't been credited on a game, you wouldn't be able to run for office, which is fine because we don't have officer elections until next semester anyways, right? Yeah, next semester anyways.
Well, no,
So
technically, like the one.
Yeah,
this semester from
somebody decided to
mysterious-
graduate.
yeah, I wonder who that could be. Oh yeah, so there might be an emergency election next semester. Surprise.
Yeah. Anyway, but generally speaking, outside of the distinction of being able to vote and hold office, that's the only thing we care about. So, like you can, you know, there's no applications, there's nothing holding you back. It's not like, oh, you have to work on X games before you can lead a team, or you, like I said, I've had, you know, friends from high school help me out on stuff. So we really are open to everyone. There was something else I was explicitly going to mention here that I know what I was going to do. We had a question in Twitch chat, which is, what does VGDev stand for? VGDev stands for Video Game Development. VGDev. Hold on. It's like half an acronym.
It's a short name.
Who is this? This is Little Guy, our mascot. Unfortunately, he does bear resemblance to certain other small, cute spacemen from a certain social deduction game, but he's not that. So please do not insult him by calling him one of them. Thank you.
We gotta have one of those.
Oh, and someone on Twitch chat loved it.
So why is VGDev? You like games. If you like games and you want to see what it's like to get behind the scenes and work on a game yourself, this club is here for it. Whether you write one line of code or you do half the programming in a game, this is the place for you. You want a career in game dev. Maybe that's a bad idea, I say, trying to get one. But if you are still searching for it regardless, this place is great for it. Like, I walked into this club not knowing how to use Unity or any game engine at all. And I managed to get an internship, mostly due to the work that was put into VGDev. Like, VGDev is absolutely wonderful for building up your portfolio in order to try to approach AAA or other game companies and be like, hey, I can work on games. Please hire me. Please. If you want to make games for fun, maybe you don't want to go through the torture that is trying to do game dev for a living after there has been over 2,700 layoffs just within 2024 within the games industry. That's a real number. But if you want to maybe avoid that, yeah, and you just want to make games for fun like this guy, then yeah, this is also here for it. Like, we're here for hobbyists as well. And if you just want to improve your skills, this is also a great place to learn. If you want to practice modeling, you want to practice coding, you want to practice just making music, and you like other gamers, this is a wonderful place to hang out and get to know people with similar interests. If you have an interest in games and trying to make them, well, look around. You have a bunch of possible friends. I didn't know any of these nerds before joining, and I consider them pretty good friends.
Alright, so to talk a little bit more about career prospects, we have an amazing network of alumni across the industry. I know 8 people, all at different studios, who worked on the latest Call of Duty, all of whom came out of VGDev. So, as Jake kind of talked about earlier, building your portfolio, both for game development, but also just for other jobs as well. I landed a software engineering internship off the back of my game development portfolio with no actual software engineer, or, hold on, no, like, traditional software engineering experience, but what I think a lot of people don't realize sometimes is that making games, that experience translates to other fields, right? Like, yes, I'm a gameplay programmer, but that translates pretty well into doing full stack software engineering. You know, if you 3D model for games, you could 3D model for an animation studio, right? So all of these skills are transferable across many different disciplines, not just game dev, although obviously lots of them are transferable to game dev. One of the other nice parts about VGDev is the fact that, again, we aren't gate-kept by applications or requirements or anything like that, so it gives you a chance to try out different areas of the games industry. Whether that's like, oh, I've kind of always wanted to do tech art, right, but I didn't even know what it is or where to begin, which is pretty common because nobody knows what tech art is. So if you come in like that, or someone like Jung who came in as a writer and then realized he actually likes doing production more than writing, right? So this kind of gives you a space to gives you the freedom to experiment and grow, and the fact that we have multiple different games, right? You're not stuck in one role. You could program for one game and do music for another game. You know, what you do in this club is really up to you. And then we also have the opportunity to kind of go abroad, right? So to visit or table at different gaming expos. You can see a photo here of the VGDev booth at DreamHack Atlanta this year. So we go to all different kinds of conventions. So DreamHack, Southern Fried Gaming Expo, GDC, ECGC. We had a game, Slider, that was an IGF, won Best Student Game at IGF last year, which is pretty much the highest possible award we can win, and we were invited to go out to GDC, which is the game development conference out in San Francisco. So there's a lot of really cool and awesome opportunities around here. And we've got a handful of questions in Twitch chat. Fumbledum asked, this club was founded by Chris Deleon, right? Yes, that is correct. In fact, we have an award named after him. And somebody else asked, how do gaming hackathons work? So we don't call them gaming hackathons, we call them game jams, and they work exactly the same, or not exactly, pretty much the same as hackathons. So we get a bunch of people together, either physically or online. We reveal a theme that you try to incorporate, and then you have a limited time to make a game, usually 48 or 72 hours, or sometimes there's week-long jams. Or we actually run what we call a 1-hour game jam, which is exactly what it sounds like, and it is just as much chaotic fun as you think it is.
So how is VGDev? It's doing great, thanks for asking. So strongly recommended you come to meetings. We're gonna have our first meeting this Friday. That's what we call our pitch meeting. So that's where we're gonna reveal our 6 games for this semester, which is very exciting. It will also be streamed on Twitch if you can't make it. Time and date, 4:45, College of Computing, room 17. So that's kind of in like the lowest level. We'll reiterate that later. No experiences, so we're going to recommend that you join our Discord. There is a channel there that's called Starter Resources. Should help you kind of get up to speed with things, just kind of a beginner care package. We do also have a new member care package at that URL, tinyurl.com/VGDev care package. Kind of, again, to get you up to speed with things. We don't want you to feel intimidated coming into this. We want you to feel that you have the resources, both technically and socially, to come into the club and really get started. And then joining a team and contributing, right? And you don't even have to join just one team. If you come to the pitch meeting and 3 out of the 6 games look really, really cool to you, you have the opportunity to not just jump around and see if there's one that like really fits your specific interests. If you really love all 3 of them and you just want to make some small contributions to all 3 of them, you can totally do that, right? That's one of the beauties of VGDev, is you can contribute as much or as little as you want to as many games as you want, or as few games as you want.
Also, reiteration on Discord. You are going to want to have a Discord account. That is like our main method of communicating with you, and once all the pitches get revealed, you'll be able to join their separate Discords. So if you don't have a Discord account, make it. If you aren't in the VGDev Discord, please join, because that is where you are going to be able to access the majority of our supplies.
Not majority, all of them.
Yeah.
The only reason we haven't engaged is because I think we are legally obligated to.
The only reason I say most is because the website.
Yeah, I guess. That's fair.
Yeah, but you know.
DCBeach.com.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. So team leads. You might be wondering how exactly like getting in here, how this all works. So during a semester, there are going to be 6 games that are shown to you all that will be, again, announced at the pitch meeting this Friday, that are led by people in this club. Each game has one team lead. there's some that have 2 because, you know, it's a good idea to co-lead, put a little bit off of work off of yourself. But once you join, you are not obligated to do anything at the end of the day. If you sign up for a task, it would be great if you do it. But if you realize, oh, this is my first semester at tech and things are absolutely awful right now, or I just got a ton of homework that I'm not going to be able to finish, you are not obligated to do anything. And if you have to, like, either delay, drop out, that's completely fine, and then join back later. It's whatever. Any work that you do is up to you.
I was going to step in real quick there. The only thing we do ask is that you communicate. It's fine if you have to drop stuff, but the worst thing is when people drop stuff and disappear off the face of the planet. I mean, that should be common sense anyway. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, let your team leads know so they aren't accidentally bothering you during a horrible week for you. So just go with the heads up. Hey, things are bad. So meeting times are generally outside of the meeting. We do have a meeting mostly every Friday at 4:45 where we will talk about different things. We might lead workshops. We might do a bunch of other things. But in terms of working on the games themselves, those meeting times will be set by the team leads, who will be going, hey, I'm going to be having a meeting at Saturday 5 p.m. Or we are going to have different sub-team meetings for, like, programming at Tuesday and then music on Wednesday. You'll figure it out once the games are actually pitched and you get to know what the deal is for each of them. But those are designated by the team leads, and then you can just get involved. You might have tasks assigned to you. You might take tasks on your own. But at that point, you'll be able to work. So, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I stole this meme from the presentation from last year. Pitching a game. So, pitches for this semester are closed. They closed about a week ago. But if you are in VGDev this semester and you really enjoy it, and you think, hey, I think I could do all that leading a team jazz, and you have a game idea you really want to make or a concept you want to explore, how does that work? So again, everyone can pitch. There should be an asterisk on there. You have to be a Georgia Tech student. Every rule exists for a reason. Sorry, RIT people. You can still work on games. You just can't lead or co-lead. So if you are interested in pitching, there's a pitch form that will be sent out usually 3 weeks before the semester starts. So the pitch form for fall usually goes out like pretty much first day of August. Pitch form for winter will go out about a week before Christmas, like right after classes end. And that's open for about 3 to 4 weeks. There'll be a bunch of information on there that you'll fill out about your game. You'll give us a document. You'll give us the team breakdown you want, a schedule plan, that sort of stuff. And then we'll conduct an interview with you afterwards to kind of get a better grip on what your game is and further, explore your ideas and actually talk to people. I think the interview is super important because there's a lot of times we get forms and we go, what is this game? And then they pitch it to us and we're like, oh, okay, I get it now. So that's a pretty important part of our process. So if you are interested in pitching, the most important thing is just have an idea, have a vision in mind. The best VGDev games are typically those where the team lead knows what they want the game to be. It doesn't mean you have to have the biggest scope or the prettiest art or the most X or whatever. But pick something that you're passionate about. Pick an idea. Are you going for good controls? Are you going for an art style or challenging puzzles? Kind of pick a core idea on your game. Demos. I think it's important also. I could give an entire presentation and probably will at some point about well-scoped games. But convince us that you're ready to make your game. And again, it doesn't mean you have years and years of Unity experience. But talk to us. Reach out to past team leads. Reach out to members of the council, right? No, do not pitch GTA 6 Twitch chat. Yeah. Because, talking to past members, I think, is kind of the best way if you're interested in leading a game to get a grip on what it's like.
Contrary to the photo over there, we are not scary people, and the interview is actually super duper chill. Mostly we're just trying to figure out, what is your game about? I just want to say, do not be afraid of pitching. Go for it, and then we'll give you feedback on it. It's fine, because, we're friends.
We were making honest comments.
We're homies.
One last thing I want to mention also, you don't have to lead a game. If you just want to work on games, that's perfectly fine. There are some people who really like leading games, and there are some people who really don't like leading games. There is no right or wrong way to do VGDev. And if you can be an officer without having led a game, you can, hold leadership positions within games that aren't leading them, right? We have what we call sub-teams. So that would be like the programmers or the artists or stuff. So you could be the art lead for a game without being the lead for a game. So there are plenty of opportunities for you outside of just leading games. All right. Some VGDev lingo here, milestones and demos. So you'll often hear us blabber about milestones. We often shorten these to just the letter M. So you'll hear M1, M2, M3, and sometimes M4 or M demo. What is a milestone? It's basically just a checkpoint. If any of you in here are familiar with software engineering, you might have heard the term something called a sprint before, which is like a time box period to do work. This is essentially the same idea. So instead of people just saying, hey, I want to make a game, and just we'll finish this all eventually, right? It's like, no, you have specific goals at specific intervals, right? So M1 is about your foundationals, M2 is kind of building into your gameplay, M3 is about refining stuff, reworking things, and M4 is about polish. Every game will kind of vary exactly what their approach is to milestones, but that's kind of the general flow. At milestone 2, so about halfway through the semester, we have a playtest event. So what we do there is we get all the games together in the room, we play them in a prototype stage, and we kind of, right, I think playtesting is also really important, right? So sometimes you're working on a game and you think that it's really great, and then people play it and you're like, meh, or maybe it's a buggy mess. It will be a buggy mess. Or sometimes, the fact that there's a playtest demo kind of forces you to get work done, a little faster to make sure you're not crunching it all at the end, right? So that's kind of the idea behind the milestones, is to chunk up that work. And so it's not just make a game, you have 3 months, go, right? You have check-ins every 3 or 4 weeks to kind of keep yourself on pace. And we have 2 demos. So the opening showcase, that will be tomorrow, is where we showcase the previous semester's games. 1, to give people a chance to show off their games again, but 2, it gives you guys a good idea of the kind of stuff we do. I know you saw the trailer, but I think it's kind of a different experience to go out and actually play the games and talk to team leads about their experience in VGDev. So that'll be, I think we have a slide for it later, but that'll be at the Marcus Nanotech Atrium from 5 to 7 tomorrow. And then we have the end of semester demo, which is the big event that everything all builds towards. So that's where we get to showcase all the games from that semester for the first time publicly. We have pizza, we open it up to everyone and invite everyone to come and play games. Okay, so tomorrow we are showcasing the games we made last semester. So the games that were already done from fall 23. At the end of this semester, we will show off the games we made this semester. So the opening showcase is just a way for the people who made games last semester to get one last chance to demo them, and it gives us a good tool to kind of market the club to people. Show them what we actually do rather than just, looking at a PowerPoint. Yes, so, yeah, asterisks. Every game is supposed to be semester long, so we'll have a final build requirement at the end of this semester. So, most people work on their VGDev, start working on their game a month or so before the pitch, just to have some kind of demo or MVP going, work on the game for the 4 months in VGDev, and then that's it. Some people spend another week or 2 doing bug fixes or polish or that sort of thing. And then sometimes you get crazy and deranged people who have been working on their VGDev game for 2 years now. Sometimes people do that twice. But generally speaking, we tell this when people pitch, worry about the VGDev semester first. If you want to pitch a game and you come pitching to VGDev, this is phase 1 of my 3-year journey to create the next hit MMO, RPG, AR, VR, whatever. We're probably going to reject you, right? Because as officers, when we're trying to choose the games, right, we want to choose games that give members value. I think one of the most valuable things, somebody said once, our club motto is we make games, and somebody suggested we change it to we don't make games, we finish them. Because I think that's an important part of the VGDev experience, right? Yes, the experience is important, getting practice and doing all these things, but at the end of the day, it's a lot more fun when you can point to something, right? You can, go home and show your parents or show your friends or put something on your resume for recruiters to look at and be like, here's a finished product that we did all in 1 semester. And it's pretty amazing sometimes the things that teams can do in just a couple of months.
because I planned this event in that photo. It was really fun. Okay, so where and when is VGDev? Yeah, that's right. We're back to the W's, baby. So, general meetings. Oh, I probably should have let you talk about success there. But we have general meetings. They are on Fridays. They start at 4:45, except they don't. They usually start at like 4:50 or later. They are in the College of Computing building, also known as the COC, across the way there in room 17. So again, if you go into like that basement-y level, if you come down those stairs and then go in, it's on the left. We will always have a social event after meetings. So what's a social event? A social event is just an opportunity for you guys to hang out and get to know each other a little better. They have been as large scale as going to see the Mario movie the weekend after it premiered. They have been as low key as let's go to the CRC and play badminton, or it's Halloween, let's do some cookie decorating kits. They're just an opportunity for you guys to unwind after a meeting, talk to each other, get to know each other better. Team meetings. So this is the one thing we can't really say with any concreteness other than they will happen. Each team lead has their own way of leading. They have their own style of leading. So team meetings will happen at different times. Traditionally, after the pitch meeting, there'll be one like that weekend for you to kind of get acquainted with the games. But otherwise, the leads will have a meeting as often or as infrequently as they want to kind of get people up to speed. Sometimes if a game has sub-leads, those sub-leads will manage the meeting. So your programming sub-lead might manage for the programmers, art sub-lead might manage the art meetings. After dinners, plural, is another thing we do. It's just a chill work session, really, even though a lot of work doesn't get done at them. It's just another opportunity for you guys to hang out together. Traditionally, they are Tuesdays from 7 to 11 p.m., hence the extended name, After Dinner's Till 11. Did you have something you want to add? Oh, yeah.
You know that GIF that we introduced Chase with? That was at one of the after dinners.
Yeah.
You can sometimes get work at them. Most of them are just people screwing around, and it's wonderful.
Things happen at after dinner. Work is not one of them. I know it says 7 to 11 in the Culk. Room is subject to change. It's variable, but it will always be on Tuesday.
We steal whatever we can. So, the opening showcase, that's going to be tomorrow from 5 to 7. If you want to check out all the games from the previous semester, a bunch of them are really cool. You should go check them out. It's in the Marcus Nanotech Atrium, and if you want to like talk to the team leads, talk to us as well, second day after, I guess, you'll be able to. There will also be pizza, which is pretty cool. Same thing for the Friday meeting. After all the pitches happen, we're gonna have a bunch of pizza there, so you can sit down, talk to the team leads right there and then, be able to just have a nice conversation, figure out what's going on in various games, and it should be pretty cool.
If nothing else, you will be fed this week.
Yes. You will have food.
You will have one meal.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get to pick.
like I said, yeah, the first meeting this Friday, 4:45 to 6 at College of Computing Building 017. That's on the very basement floor, so down those big stairs. And it's, I want to say, you go in first room on your left right there. There will also be free pitches. There will be free pitches and also pizza.
One thing I'll add, get there early. I don't know if you saw,
Oh God, yeah.
but if you can't tell, there's a lot of people there.
Fire hazard.
So spring is usually not quite as bad as fall. In fact, I realized we forgot to book an overflow room this year. Oops. But if it gets bad enough, we will have to not let people in because it does become a fire hazard. So get there early, and when you are there, get ready to get cozy. Meetings after this are not like this. We go back to having a normal number of people seated at a normal number of chairs in this room. But the first meeting is usually pretty hectic. But anyways, if you have not already, please, 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 please join the Discord. That's the QR code. If you don't have a Discord account right now, you should make one, and then you should go to gtvgdev.com and then click the Discord icon and join the Discord. Because as I said, that is where pretty much everything happens. That's where our announcements are. That's where you talk to the team leads. That's where you join the other games. That's where you get to share memes with people.
Quote channel.
I just want to add, you should go to the website either way because we're only going to have demos for last semester's games. We have years worth of games available to play on there from VGDev, thanks to our great previous webmaster, Jade.
I'm so technically webmaster too.
Yeah.
You'll
Would
never
you?
escape.
I'll never
John.
escape.
Ethereal webmaster, Jade.
Yeah. anyways, so that does it in terms of content. Thank you guys so much for coming out and listening to us ramble about the club that we all love so much. We are now going to open the floor to questions. I say that. The floor has always been open to questions. But if there is anything that we covered that you want more info about, or anything that you're like, how did you not cover this? And we'll be like, you are smart and we are dumb. Please ask us. That is a great question. The question for those of you on Twitch was, what software to use to develop the games? So the majority of VGDev games are made in Unity. That is kind of our bread and butter. We'll actually have a specific workshop for it. But that's not the only thing we use. Programming language is C# on that. So we've had games made with Unreal before, both Blueprints and C++. We've had ground up games. So last semester we had a game called Skylay, which was written ground up in C++. They wrote their own engine and rendering system and everything. We've had visual novels done in RenPy. Oh yeah, and then the big one that's coming back now is Godot. So if you aren't aware, Godot is an open source game engine. Has kind of flown under the radar recently, but with Unity making some questionable business decisions, to put it lightly, the interest in Godot has had a massive resurgence. So we will actually have 2 games in Godot this semester for the first time since 2020. So it'll be 2 Godot games and 4 Unity games this semester. But I would say typically it's 4 Unity games and then 2 games and something else is pretty standard. Okay, the question was, can games be redistributed? And the answer is yes, asterisk. So once the game is done, essentially you can keep working on it, put it on your websites, put it in your portfolios, do whatever you want with it. The only thing you cannot do with a VGDev game ever is sell it, because monetization, because it's all volunteer work, we don't want to have to draw up contracts or revenue shares or any of that weird, gross legal stuff. So if you ever see any VGDev games doing full releases on stuff like Steam, like Slider is, and one other game might be,
You're so funny, Chase.
then they'll always be free. I would say the typical thing, so VGDev games, sometimes they just get posted on our website and that's it. A lot of people will post them on itch, especially if they're working on the game for a while. So Arcane, which I've been working on for about a year and a half now, that will be gets a full release on itch. We've had a couple other games put out on itch. But so generally speaking, you can do whatever you want with it that's not selling it. If you have more specific questions about legalities of post VGDev stuff, you can come talk to us later. But yeah, how do we join a project? Is it application based, and can we get rejected? How do we join a project? So after the pitch meeting, we will open up channels in the VGDev Discord. Each team will have its own separate Discord for communication. So you just join the Discord, and then most teams would, or should, hopefully, if they listen to us, have a sign-up form you'll fill out, and then you'll just go to the meetings and do work. There are no applications. You cannot get rejected from VGDev. So even if you've never done programming or never done music or whatever, team leads have to take you. They can't just be no, sorry, you can't work on this project. Now, not every project will be targeted at everyone, naturally. So there will be some projects that are more beginner friendly. Some projects will be yeah, I want lots of people. And some projects will be I want a smaller, more closely knit team. Some projects might be looking for more skilled artists or more skilled programmers. Generally speaking though, there's not going to be a project that's oh, we only take the best of the best. We don't really let that happen. I would say, but definitely and that's true when we pick games too. We try to pick games that appeal to a variety of stuff. So we want, a game that musicians might really enjoy, different kinds we want a mix of 2D games and 3D games and pixel art and hand-drawn and low poly and high poly. So we really try to make sure that there are options for everyone, regardless of your skill level or interests.
I think the only thing that will ever get you rejected from a VGDev game is if you are a jerk. If you are an insufferable person to be around, team leads don't have to have you around. We've had stuff before where we have had people just be absolutely terrible and we've had to kick them just purely because, well, we don't want that energy.
Yeah, to Jade's point, like, yes, you will not be rejected because you suck at programming. You will be rejected because you suck as a human being.
Yeah.
Luckily, that is incredibly rare, but it does happen. But like, common sense and common courtesy, please. It's really not that hard.
I want to say only the last time that happened was like my first semester here,
2.5
which was
years
yeah
ago.
fall 2021. So it's been a while, but wow, that was a case. We had like people threatening to fight at like 3 a.m. It was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, there's
That's what I'm saying.
There's
You-
lots of VGDev.
there's so much VGDev lore. But
You're
are
not
there?
just joining a club, you're joining a story.
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much that happens all the time. Are there any other questions?
Yes, so every meeting we have is live streamed on Twitch and then recorded, and we post the VOD. We try to do it as soon as possible. Sometimes it takes us a few days because we're a little slow.
That's my job.
But
excellent.
like this and the pitch meeting certainly will be up within 24 hours after the meeting. Any other questions?
If one doesn't get uploaded, it's because I forgot, so you can yell at me if you need it uploaded. Honestly, like, it's completely fine. I've, honest to God, almost let a VOD get deleted because of time, and I just barely was able to get it. So, if you want something uploaded that has not been uploaded yet, you can pester me.
Anyone else? Twitch chat. If you were to make a Minecraft world with your SSN as the seed, what would that seed be?
Yo, I think it'd be like what?
35398762.
Nice.
Is this real? Is this real? Someone check. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. Like, there's no question. Like, you're all here. There's no stupid question.
Someone in chat asked a good question. Are there club fees? No. The only thing you'll ever have to pay money for here is if we decide to go to a social, like go to the movies or the arcade or something. The club itself is completely 100% free, thanks to the College of Computing giving us lots of money.
Yeah.
Thank you, COC.
I love money. Who said that? Also, if you guys don't have questions now, but you join the Discord server, there is a channel that is called Questions. So if you ask a question, someone will answer it.
Speaking of the Discord server, just in case you did not get it, here it is. One more time, the QR code. More questions in chat. Do we have to officially sign up through Georgia Tech in any way? If you just want to work on games, no. So, like, for example, I'm assuming you go to RIT. In that case, no, just join the Discords of the games you want to work on, and, you know, you don't have to go through. The only reason you would have to, like, officially register through GT is if you're a GT student, and specifically if you want to run for office and that sort of thing. And, you know, so people know the club isn't dead, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about Engage. Another question, how would RIT students collaborate remotely? So you can just do work. So some meetings will be in person. Sometimes people who have in-person meetings will also stream them on Discord as well, so you can join that way, or you could work async. So just talk to the team lead and be like, hey, you know, I can't make the meeting, but I want to work on this. And this goes for GT students as well, people who are here on campus. You know, if you can't make a meeting, like, that's fine.
Yeah, most team leads will have some kind of task management software, right? So they'll use Trello or something like that, and they'll be able to like delegate tasks that way. So even if you're a GT student and you just kind of want to work asynchronously, right? Like if you go to 1 or 2 meetings and you're like, this is a waste of my Friday night, what am I doing here? But you still want to work on a game. You can just get your tasks by collaborating with the team lead, being active in the Discord server, and every game is going to have a Discord server. That's your main line of communication with team leads. So don't be too scared about the idea of like, oh my god, how much of this is in person? A lot of VGDev happens outside of meetings.
Also, the in-person meetings can also just evolve into online meetings as the semester goes on. That happens. Yeah. Anyone else? Well, if there's no further questions.
That's
Yeah.
a wrap.
In that case, once again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, this VOD and slide deck should be up hopefully sometime tonight, if not early tomorrow. Opening showcase, 5 to 7 in Marcus Nanotech, and we hope to see you all at the pitch meeting on Friday. Take care.
Bye. Let's blow this
Bye,
joint.
Twitch.